think we're live. Well, if we are live, welcome along. I think we made it. Nice to be back with you all. Sorry we're a little bit late too. For some reason. Uh, my computer decided that it didn't want to recognize the Zoom live track just briefly there. So we literally we just did a little restart to get things happening. But welcome along, Nick. Thanks. I'm teaching when you come on board to say how's it. Hey brother, you've probably made a move and started teaching. Totally fair enough. Um, George, hey man, how's things in Utah? I hope you're doing well. Man, it has been a while. Um, Things have been hectic in a really good way. Lots of shows happening. I've been quite spent, I will be honest, at different points. You'll have also noticed there's just again been not a lot of content happening on the YouTube thing, but that comes down to just life as a musician. Sometimes I think there's a lot of things I would like to do. Hey Roland, welcome along. I Some of you know as well, my websites got hacked. Um, so yeah, again, Byron, hey, how's it going? I found that out courtesy of someone following a link on one of the Twitch streams and saying, why is your gear page in Japanese and trying to sell me a radiator fan? Which I didn't realize. So that's been fun. I've been rebuilding all of that sort of stuff. Finally got it sorted. So I will have a website again soon, which will be amazing. I've been putting together a new duo for shows and events and things like that as well. So we've been doing a bit of work, did a bit of filming, did some editing. So that will get up and running, which is great. And then I actually pulled out. I've got the Voice Live 3 set up. I know you can't see it. Apologies. Down there is the Voice Live 3. And Christine, hi, how's it going? I have been using a beast of a pedal board, which some of you know, um, which I love. I'm really enjoying it. But it is funny every now and then in a small venue when I turn up and I have I'm like a massive pedal board. Um, so that's been cool. Um, but there will be a video as well for some of you that have been asking about the RC600. I don't have one. I'm actually not going to get one just yet. Although it will likely happen down the track, partly because I've just been too busy um, doing too many things, and I didn't want to like dive into fully learning a new pedal in the midst of sorting all this other admin and things out. So um, Christine, yes, Nougat Rose. I know, I remember. Welcome to YouTube, by the way, from the Twitch side of things. Paul, hey brother. Oh, this is the Voice Live 3 that I've had for ages. So still potential for issues. I just haven't used it for a long time, and I actually took it. I have for both the RC300 and, in fact, I'll grab it. Not that it's super useful for you to see it, but ugh, the team at My Vaults UK make specific guitar pedals. make make specific cables for guitar pedals. So this is a USB called a ripcord, USB to the exact connection power supply for the Voice Live 3. So I can run it from a USB, like a power bank, and I took it. It does work. I've done it before, but I have a really old power bank, and for some reason I don't think it's outputting the amount of the amount of power that it used to, perhaps. So I took the Voice Live 3 to do an unplugged battery powered setup, and it just flashed at me, which was a bit of a fail, but we got there anyway. So very much appreciate the team at My Volts for what they do, but actually I need to update the power bank. But one thing I did think, because I haven't used this for ages, it's and let me just play a few things. It's very interesting to go back to an old setup, where obviously the settings are saved just as I had them, and just having a quick play before, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to change. My ears have changed my sound, what I like, overall mix and things like that is gonna change. I am using a different guitar, so there'll be a few things that are subtly different in the mix. But the funniest one for me was actually the amount of delay. Firstly, the amount of delay that is on my lead tone, which is it's just a lot. It really is just a lot. So, all good acoustic guitar. No worries. In fact, let's do that. But then this is the lead tone. Which just, compared to how I've got things set up now, feels like it's nice having the amp sim in the tone from it, but the delay is it's just a bit more than I would use now. So interesting to see how it's changed. Christine, you use the Roland HBD 20 for drums. No, I use a sample pad, which is the Akai MPX8, and I've just put preloaded a bunch of different samples that I like for drums. But there's a lot of good options. The Roland was a great option. Yeah. Pink Floydy. Oh, nice to say hi, Paul. It's been ages. But here's the killer when I listen to it, and that is the bass sound. This is the bass sound that I used to use in loops from the Voice Live 3. And I know its tracking's not great. There's a bunch of different things in the mix there. In fact, I'll just mute my mic so you can hear just the effect just for a moment. Oh, there's nothing wrong with it, all right. But again, I'm using the OC5 from Boss at the moment in the current setup, and it's just such a fuller, richer sound in the mix. It's just very different. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just very much a change for my ears of going back to a previous setup. That bass is sick. Yeah, I mean that's what I used to use for every show. That was my bass. You just have to, with the Voice Live 3, some of you that use it are probably pretty aware. You have to be quite careful how you play with tracking. You can't play it if it's its own note by itself. It's pretty good. Not so much so if you still bleed and you have a couple of things ringing out, which you don't most of the time are not going to want playing bass anyway. But just something to be aware of. Byron, I also have an OC5 and I really like it. Yeah, look, I do really like that pedal. Just the richness in the mix. I set it, in case anyone's curious, when I'm laying down a bass line, I still have some of the direct sound coming through on that bass setup, which just gives me that top EQ. Which way are we facing? Is that going to be the top EQ from where you're watching this? And I love it. It's great. So yeah, just a different change. Have you heard or tried the Roland SPD1 drum pads? Can you see implementing it in your rhythm section? I haven't tried them personally. I know a couple of people that use them. Obviously there's a bunch of people you will have seen online that use them as well, which they've got great control. One of the things I especially like that's built into them is they have a sense, essentially like a noise gate, so a sensitivity built into them that I can do on a mixing desk with the stomp, the Wild Dog stomp that I use, but it's not built in, and I don't run it through my loops. So again, in terms of matching levels and things like that, the Roland SPD ones are awesome. I actually, Byron, am considering, I'm trying to remember which one it is. It's the red one in the SPD range where you can load in your own samples. A couple of reasons for me looking at it, because I already have a setup that I like and I'm happy with. But one of the things is when I'm working with a drummer, I would like the option to give them something that will get recorded into the loops, and purely the reason for that is, depending on what I loop first, it can be a subtle line, which when there's no other instruments playing, if it's just me doing a solo show, is really easy to hear and lock into. However, if you've got a drummer playing and the first loop track you lay down is just like a little rhythm that's going to sit underneath things, it's really hard to hear that as the main thing you've got to lock into timing wise with a full kit going. So I may end up purchasing one that they can mount on a stand. It will run in through the loop when we're playing as a duo, and it means that just when we're setting up some of those early loops, we can have a click, or not a click, it's not what I meant to say, a clap or finger snaps or something like that, that's not going to take over the mix, but it's also something that's very tight, very easy to hear, to just combine and lock in our timing together. So yeah, some ideas and experiments on the radar. But in saying that, the promo I just finished filming, recording, editing is a little promo for another violin duo, because Shimna's off travelling the world at the moment. so we've made a bit of a change. Grimsh, how you doing? Welcome along. Also, at this point, everyone, these sessions are, if you've got questions or curiosities, it's a chance for us all to have a bit of a chat. I learn a bunch from these sessions as well. Yes, I have a bunch of experience in performing and looping and gear and all sorts of things, so you're most welcome to pick my brains, but also so do all of you have a bunch of experience and ideas and knowledge about gear and all sorts of stuff too. So it's called a JD. Hey brother, how's it going? Grimsh, it's going well. I I haven't tried How Deep Is Your Love. It's such a tune. I remember chatting, and if you caught the start of this video, there's been a lot going on, which I'm very happy about. A lot of shows happening again, which is cool. My websites got hacked, multiple, which meant I've spent a lot of time on support chats and trying to figure that out until we finally just made the call to delete everything and start creating again. JD, it has been too long, man. How's things? Love to hear what you're all up to, by the way. So Paul, you're like, we'll hope there's no drummers on tonight. It's honestly, I find it a fascinating dynamic doing looping with the drummer, because typically it's such a dynamic shift in how you would normally function as a combo. Typically the drummer is really your time. That's who you want to lock into. And all of a sudden when you're looping, the drummer's not keeping time anymore. They are matching time to the loop. The loop is now keeping time. So it's such a different dynamic for drummers that aren't used to doing maybe more studio work, that aren't used to doing a bunch of practice with a metronome, that sort of stuff, that they're used to leading things, and they might have really good time, but they're used to locking into their own groove and not those subtle adjustments to match someone else's groove. So it's a very interesting change, for sure. But yeah, look, if anyone has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I don't think I quite got there to saying that, but obviously, yeah, do feel free to do that. And yeah, we'll hang out. But it is nice to be back. I miss I miss doing these sessions. I miss making videos, connecting in with all of you, and it just has been one of those things at the moment that other things have taken over priority. So Byron, SPD1 electro pad, yeah, 3 claps, 3 says, rim shot, percussion, cymbal, nice. Yeah, look, there's honestly, Roland's got all sorts of amazing gear, and yeah, I have looked, I'm pretty sure that's the green one we're talking about. I have looked at, they've got a bunch of different things in the mix. Yeah, I still, so I was watching, there's a live version of a song called Wintergreen by the East Pointers, and they use in that both an SPD one electro pad, the green one, as well as the red one, which I don't know what it's called. One of you might be able to help me out by letting me know. But yeah, they use both, one with finger snaps and one in the electro with the kick on it. But I definitely like that. I have an option. I like the option of being able to replace and put in my own sounds and combos. JD, you've got the RC300 up for sale, changing. Nice, the 505 Mark II. Excellent. I think that'll be an awesome choice for you, and you'll have a lot of fun with it. I know we chatted a bunch about, and you were like, oh, do I run things with my hand, with my feet? What's the best option? Yeah, have you done any streaming, or has there been lots of music playing? It's been ages. It's been ages. So, in the mix of things as well, just as I've chatted with some of the Patreon crew ages ago about this, and I was in the process of building a looping course, a bunch of that stuff. Again, the reality of what I'd like to do versus time and what I actually get accomplished while still playing live and performing is don't always meet. But that is part of what will happen with the new website, is basically making a members area. It will likely evolve somewhat, but including there will be a chance for us to have some of these chats where we're actually on Zoom and we can actually hang out and see everyone play some tunes and connect, and then also some of the arrangements and just versions of songs that I do, broken down a little bit more inside that space where I can actually answer questions and comments a little bit more than than the obviously just messaging on YouTube for the back and forth comments. It's always nice when you can actually see and hear someone back and forth, or you can actually play me something and be like, hey, this is specifically this bit. When I get to, you can play it, I can see it. Makes things a lot faster and easier. So yeah, I hope is everyone back to playing shows and doing a whole lot. Very curious to hear what everyone's up to. Nice, lots of playing, no streaming, but a little recording, still dialing in. I like it. Yeah, it's nice to be back and see some familiar names. I was gonna say faces, but I can't see you. Can't see you. See some familiar faces. There's I know I'm already guilty. That there's from previous Ask Me Anything chats, there's a version of This Love that still hasn't been recorded, shared on the channel. We were talking a little bit about I've got all these things on the list, by the way. We were talking a little bit about the difference between verse choruses if you build a groove and then you build up a verse and you have a chorus, and how to navigate some of those things. Paul, cheers man, nice to see you, nice to have you here. Have a great weekend. I'm doing a bunch of shows, so it's probably not likely that I will make it down, but I'd love to catch up with you at some stage. I will send you a message after this, and we'll connect. Other than that, from my side of things, yeah, it's I've been doing a lot more dancey stuff, which hasn't featured on the channel in terms of building loops. I don't know, in fact, apart from the live stream show, like sessions that I've done, I don't think any of my videos include the MPX8, the sample pad, putting grooves in and really doing the more dancey stuff. Don't think it's happened. So again, one of those things. More projects, more bits and pieces for me to put together. Good fun times. And it's my own. I'm guilty of all this stuff too. I joined in an Irish trad session the other day, and so out of my comfort zone. I haven't spent a huge lot of time listening to that style of music, and it's funny realizing when someone sort of says like, yeah, look, you're the only guitarist, just jump in. You can go anywhere, you can do what you want, you just, here's the tune, it's an A. And suddenly feeling like I would prefer if you told me what to do rather than being like, you can do anything. It's like, great. I wish I had some history or some framework to work from. But yeah, diving into a bunch of that rhythm wise, it's always nice to keep learning. And as much as it's frustrating, for those of you that don't do it, just even getting the little triplet strum down down. I haven't. It's just a technique that I have not done. I have not used, and it's been frustrating in a good way because I know I'm learning. I'm locking in something new. But the reality is as well, it's gonna take some time till that feels comfortable, and it's so noticeable. I don't know if you will find this, but it's so noticeable when looping. Anything that I'm not super comfortable with that's really locked in, it comes out in the loop. And instead of something that's really tight and really grooves, it's just got this this variation where it is the timing's just slightly out because I'm guessing it's not on autopilot. My brain is having to think in real time, and I don't want to be thinking about music. I want to be feeling it and grooving. So funny to notice those things that shift. But aside from that, if no one has any questions, we will wrap up this stream, and just nice to be back. Nice to say hi and connect. But I will still be streaming. I'm doing some Twitch streaming as well. For those of you that haven't come and said hi on Twitch, feel free to do that. And I will make some time amidst everything that's happening to get some videos back happening on the channel. So feel free to reach out. You can touch base, either send me a message on Instagram, email, comments here on YouTube. If you've got a question or something specific you'd like to know, let me know, and I will get back to you as I can at the moment. But otherwise, thanks everyone for coming to say hi again, and nice to connect with you all. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful week, and yeah, feel free to say hi online in any other form or place as well. Otherwise, we will catch you for some more tunes, some more videos sometime soon. And finally, by the way, because I know there's been a couple of Tuesdays that I haven't been on, my intention is always to be on at this time on a Tuesday. Last weekend I was playing for a graduation event, a little which was super fun actually. It's not often that there's a Tuesday night show happening, but has been a few things recently. So I will see you next week. We'll be back into these, and I will see you with some videos on the channel as well. Appreciate you all dropping in. Grimch, thanks man. Nice to say hi. And somewhere in the mix I will go and take a look at How Deep Is Your Love. It'll be a great tune to do. Thanks everybody. Much love from me in New Zealand. Happy playing, happy looping. I hope life is treating you well, and I really appreciate you coming to say hi. Thanks everybody.